Say that again.
Carpentier.
Carpentier.
Seem to be all over.
Wow. Oh.
That's my main name.
Yeah. Okay.
Sore subject.
You came up. Normally I sit here and I talk to God for a few minutes, but you came up and God wants you to know that you're His little girl. He says, Jennifer's my little girl. She's a princess. She's my little girl. And I love her more than anything. You're the apple of His eye. You are important to Him. And you're not something that can be thrown away. You are so precious and valuable. You are more precious than gold or silver. And He wants you to know that.
Jennifer, I just see you as like a daisy. You know, they're bright and yellow, and they just like bring joy to people. They look at them and there's like their spirit is uplifted, and I really see you that way, like just this flower, this bright flower that brings joy to people. And I know daisies I don't think they really have a fragrance to them.
My favorite flower.
Is it really? But you, the daisy that you are, has this fragrance that just brings joy to people. I'm just seeing when people get to know you, they are just like overcome by. I'm relating God's joy to a fragrance of the flower. You know, it's just like you have this fragrance, this joy that you exude, that people are just drawn to. They see you, you know, the beauty and the uplifting and the happiness that the daisy thing is, but once they get over to you and experience the joy that God's got in you, it's just like they're overcome by it.
Yeah, I was getting the flower and the fragrance and all that, and God just said, "You're such a sweet fragrance to His nose." I mean, you're such a sweet fragrance to Him. He's intoxicated by you. He loves to just sit with you and just breathe your fragrance in because of who you are. And I just feel so much love for you from the Father. He just wants you to know that He is with you. He's got His arms wrapped around you, and like I said before, you're so precious to Him. He loves to dance with you. I saw a picture of you as this little girl, and He put out His hand, and you danced, and He just twirled you around. You had a pretty little white dress on, and flowers in your hair, and He said, "I love that about you. I love that time with you." He loves it when you spend time with Him and just dance before Him, and seriously, in your room at home or whatever, He wants you to just dance and spin and twirl, and the freedom that comes from that, and the love that he's pouring out upon you. It's like a father with his little child just dancing and dancing.
I see, you know, that Carpentier. To me, it sounds like it's French for carpenter, and I don't know if it is or not, is it? And I really, when I first saw that, I was like, you know, carpenter, Jesus was a carpenter. And I feel like He's made you a carpenter because you're supposed to build things. And when I asked Him what it was, it's like you're supposed to build foundations for people, because, you know, if you have a solid foundation, then you have something to actually build a solid structure on. That's why, you know, Jesus is the rock, and we're supposed to build our house on the rock. And I just see you as a person that builds foundations for people, like gives them the basis for which they can build their faith on. And I think, God's called you to be a carpenter to build foundations for people.
Yeah, I saw friendships, lots of friendships when he was talking about the foundations, and having that foundation, especially like new people when they come in. Mm-hmm. And you just seem like the kind of person that would be open and sharing and that sort of thing. And I just see you building that foundation as new people come in, even people here that are already here, but maybe they feel like they're a wallflower or right. on the side. I see you as bringing them in and drawing them in and building that foundational friendship that they need, because we all need that friendship. And God just says you're a good friend. You're a good friend to people. People can trust you. People, they can share things with you without it going anywhere. Mm-hmm. And they respect you for that. And they, and that's where the foundation of a friendship comes from. And not only that, God's saying that He shares things with you as well. Because of who you are and because of that friendship, and you have that walk with Him, you have that friendship with Him, and He's going to pour that out more and more on you, and He's going to share more things with you.
Kind of like prophecy?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I see the prophetic, but what He's saying is, when He gives you a word, He's going to give you some words that you're not supposed to act on right away. He wants you to dwell on them for a while, because He's going to give you. We know in part and we see in part, so He's going to start to give you small parts of things, and then He's going to bring them together. But He wants you to dwell on them, and the reason He wants you to dwell on them is because that brings you closer to Him, and it also trains your ear and your mind. And I see you in a training process right now for the prophetic. It's not gonna fall on you, boom, here you go, but it is gonna come in small pieces. So He says, carry a notebook and write things down, and He will tell you when to give the word, and you may never give the word, but that's okay, because He trusted you with a word. And I don't know if when a prophetic word comes, it's uplifting, it's positive, and God sometimes shows us some negative things about people, but that's not how you deliver it, because He's showing you a negative so that you can see it the opposite, see it from a positive perspective,
and good in it.
Yeah, and so He wants you to know it's coming, and you've been asking for it, and He can trust you with it, but you're in training. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
Okay, and carry a notebook. Write things down.
Okay.
I just got this. He wants to say that He loves that you seek Him, that you follow after Him, and I just got this picture of like time-lapsed photography. I don't know if you've ever seen that, where they take like a picture every 20 seconds or whatever of like a flower, and that's how I saw it. It's this flower, and the sun came up over here, and the flower was facing that direction as the sun came up, and the sun is, representative of Jesus, the Son of God, and like the sun would go across the sky, and the flower just in time lapse is just following the sun the whole way, and it was just bringing joy to him that you're following Him, you're following Jesus, you're seeking after Him, and He just wants you to know that just brings joy to Him. I wish you could have seen it.
Wow.
It is awesome. Anytime you can bring God joy, it's not from something we do either. I mean, just loving His Son brings Him joy, but He sees that in you, and it brings Him joy. And I think what Danny was saying, that whole thing about greeting people, and not just new people that come into the church, but any people He's given you a joy that you're supposed to share with people. And I really feel that Danny was right on when he was talking about you giving that out to people as they come into the church. I was trying to hear and listen, hear from God and listen to Danny at the same time. But I think he's right on about you are supposed to, like, I don't know if you're a greeter or you guys have greeters here, but he wants you to just share your joy with people that come to the church here.
Maybe be more involved in the church. Again, that's why I really wanted to be more involved.
Well, it's a good place to start. Greeting,
Yeah.
it's easy. And,
Yep.
you get to learn people's names that way. And
Okay.
It's awesome.
He says you're a good listener. So there's a lot of things that come with that. And there's a little story that I think I'm supposed to share with you. Sometimes when we go to the Father, when we go to God, we have all these things. We have this list of things. Okay, God, help so-and-so, help the church. We need this, we need that, we need this. And God says, don't go through that list, because He knows it. He wants you to worship Him, praise Him, and then quiet your mind and listen, because He's talking to you. So, and we all do it. We all get caught up in this, oh God, we need this, we need that, we need, the pastor needs, he needs financing or whatever. And it's not even always about us. It's a lot of times about other people. Mm-hmm. But He's saying, quiet your mind and just listen. And I'll talk to you, because the best story that I ever heard about this was you have a friend, and you really have something to tell that friend, and that friend is very busy. So you call them on the phone, and they say, "Okay, call me at noon." Okay, you call me at noon, and then we can talk. And so you call them at noon, and that friend just talks and talks and talks the whole time. Says, "Oh, I gotta go." And but you had something to tell them, and they never, and it was a blessing. It was something that was just this awesome thing that you had to tell them, but they just talked through the whole time. Is that?
Yeah.
So God's telling me that He's asking for me to tell you to quiet your mind, because He has so much to share with you, and the greeting, and I feel like you have a gift of hospitality, or like Kit was saying, the greeting, of people in here. How do you put that, Kit? What's that? What's that gift?
Hospitality.
I mean, you have a real gift and a knack for that. Just to be trusted.
You're a very welcoming kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A beautiful smile.
There. We're done. That's